It seems that you can't go a week without hearing about new groomer allegations against a Minecraft YouTuber, which is really sad to say. I don't. You guys probably remember. Maybe you haven't. I don't know. You guys probably remember about the allegations earlier this year. I think that Dream was slapped with about being a potential groomer. There really, to my knowledge, wasn't any evidence presented. And Dream had stayed during the whole groomer debacle, which was like I said earlier this year. We'll say like February or something. I don't know the exact month. He was pretty quiet about it, and the reason for that is that we're just learning about now is that the girl that he allegedly groomed was actually taking legal action against him, or trying to sue him. To be more specific, and you're not supposed to talk about a lawsuit publicly when you're being sued, um, for some reason, which it makes sense, I guess. Um, but now Dreams come forward with his defense, with his retaliation on Twitter, or X as it's called now. He's been going on a Twitter rant, or I guess a rant isn't really what it should be called. He's trying to defend himself on Twitter like anyone would. Um, and there was actually a stream. I believe it was a stream. Um, Earlier, I don't know if it was earlier today, but sometime this week about him addressing the controversy. Because again, this controversy is months old, but he's just now getting to talk about it because he was in a lawsuit. So he was addressing this controversy, and there's a little clip from this stream. I didn't watch it. I don't really watch Dream streams that much. But there's a clip from this stream that's floating around that's getting this controversy amped up again. That are getting people to really be mad at him and starting to think that maybe he is a groomer. So I'll go ahead and play that clip.
Again.
I didn't know she was a minor because she had something about her graduating high school in her bio on Instagram. And on top of that, it doesn't matter that she was a minor.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack with this little 5 second clip. First off, I had to get the clip from a TikTok because I couldn't find it anywhere else. So there's this TikTok reaction guy that you've probably seen on your For You page, and the classic sad music that you always hear in the background of TikToks. But there's a lot to unpack here. First of all, which Dream talks about this in his tweets, he says that this little clip was taken really out of context, which any clip that's below 10 seconds is always taken out of context. Um, what he's saying, if you were to watch the whole stream, that what he's saying about it doesn't matter that she's a minor and whatever, that was, he was trying to say something else, which I I mean makes sense. I haven't watched the stream, so I really couldn't tell you. I'm not gonna sit through a whole dreams stream about this. Maybe in the future I will, but right now I'm not gonna put myself through that. And I'm not. I guess just to clarify this, I'm not a huge Dream hater. I'm not a huge Dream supporter. I'm very biased. I think he makes some entertaining content, but it's just hard to look at somebody the same way whenever they get hit with allegations like this. But so this from what Dream's saying in his Twitter rant, which I recommend that you read if you can stand going onto Twitter. Um, he says that this clip was taken out of context, and yeah, people are trying to bring back this hashtag. I think it was Drop Dream or something like that because of this clip, because it's going semi viral. People are forwarding this clip, and when you were to if you were to watch just the 5 second clip that I just showed you, you would get in your head that yeah, Dream. That's something weird for Dream to say. That's something that someone that shows up to a Chris Hansen investigation would probably say something like that, or well, they'd probably say something like that in the chat logs, not directly to Chris Hansen. Um, but like you said, it was likely taken out of context. So, um, this is just weird. To give my opinion on the subject, what do I think Dream is? Do I think he's a groomer? Whatever. I would say I really I don't know. There isn't a lot of evidence being presented on both sides. A lot of the Twitter hate is just from people having a genuine dislike of Dream, which I've never really understood. Some people thinks he's ugly, I guess, and then some people just haven't liked him because they don't like Minecraft, or they don't like the new Minecraft YouTubers, which I guess to a point I understand. We all miss the OG Minecraft YouTubers, but that's a totally different discussion from what we're talking about. I would say as of right now, I don't really think that Dream did it because, again, this is not new. From what I understand, this is not new allegations. This is Dream responding to the old ones, which I mean, it's still a groomer allegation. But it really to me seems like that it's someone trying to capitalize off of Dream's success of being an influencer, which is always really bad territory to walk on. I'm really not the best person to be making my own. I'm not the best person to be giving my opinion on this because I really don't know. Like it's difficult to make something because Dream in the Twitter, like I said, it's not really a rant. I mean, it kind of is. It's the Twitter conversation. Dream defending himself on Twitter. He says that the DMs that were put forward earlier this year, it was earlier this year. They were heavily edited because most of them were in Discord, of course, which is fitting. They were heavily edited, and a lot of the DMs were deleted to make Dream sort of fit this groomer persona, which he didn't present any like solid evidence of this, but it does make sense because on Discord, you can, it might not even be his account, and they could have very well deleted some of the messages. You know how it is with these things. So there's no like real concrete evidence, which is why it's so difficult to put, to say for certain like Dream is or is not, a groomer or whatever. And a lot of the hate is just coming from people having a genuine dislike for Dream, which I mean, I guess I can understand it. Like I said, I don't hate him. But I'm most definitely not a Dream stan either. So I have no bias. I have no dog in this fight, which is probably an awful way to put it, but I don't care about Dream is what I'm saying. I don't, so I don't have a bias towards him. So from an unbiased perspective, which it's I'm not the best person to give my opinion on this, but I genuinely don't know. And I recommend you do your own research on the topic if you're interested. Just because I've done some very surface level research, I haven't even really read Dream's rants on Twitter about it, and I don't know if I will. I don't care to. I mean, maybe tonight I will. I'm not on Twitter very often, as you can tell, because I never post on there. But we're just gonna have to stay tuned to see how damaging this will be to Dream's reputation. He's trying to get into the music artist scene. He just dropped an album, which I haven't listened to. One day I will, but I just haven't gotten around to it. And he's got a lot of relationships with some celebrities, or not necessarily celebrities, but influencers. We'll see how bad this affects stuff like the Dream Content House, which might not even exist anymore, which is a future video that I've been planning on making for a long time. But we'll see. If there's some evidence put forward that proves that Dream was a groomer and that those DMs were completely legit, then Dream's career might be in the tank, which would be really crazy because we're talking about a guy who really did revive Minecraft. Or he was kind of riding off the wave of the whole PewDiePie playing Minecraft in 2019, which kind of deserves its own video. And then the popularity was kind of winding down, then Dream ignited it again. So we're talking about a pretty influential person in the Minecraft community getting faced with groomer allegations, which is fitting. It's kind of a meme that every Minecraft YouTuber gets hits with these things, which thankfully I'm not a Minecraft YouTuber. I'm more of a Five Nights at Freddy's YouTuber, which probably isn't much better, but I don't intend on being hit with any allegations like this ever. So yeah, kind of a weird way to end things off, but if I had to say anything, I would say don't get everything. If you're gonna form an opinion on this, on the Dream drama, I would say be unbiased and don't get all your research from Twitter. The DMs could have been doctored. They could have not been doctored. You know, it's really hard to trust anyone either way. I want to take Dream's word for it, but then again, you know, it's groomer allegations. You don't necessarily want to flat out say the victim is wrong because what if she's not? You know, it's a slippery slope when you're talking about things like this. But I just recommend everyone to keep their potential hate for Dream away from the from their opinion. I guess I don't. It's really a weird topic that I just kind of wanted to make a video about, mostly because I didn't feel like filming a FNAF Plus Part 2 because I don't feel like hating my life tonight. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I've got to go complete a Google slide presentation now. It's due by midnight, and I've got 2 hours, so that's gonna be fun. But that's pretty much it, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully for FNAF Plus Part 2. But until then, bye bye. I'm gonna hit you with the post-credit scene here at the end of the video, but I was talking about earlier how Dream didn't present any evidence, talking about how the DMs were changed in order to make him look more like a groomer, and the other side didn't present any evidence. But I just read through a little bit of Dream's little Twitter rant that he went on. Again, I keep calling it a rant. That's probably not the best thing to call it, but you know, whatever. And it says here that he's actually planning on making a video talking about all the screenshots, debunking everything, and how the stream was just the start of, you know, him trying to, you know, debunk the whole grooming allegation. So that's worth throwing in, because I just learned about that. After going more in depth in Dream's little Twitter, or whatever, X rant, it's actually pretty sad watching him respond to this, because you can tell that he's just getting more and more just fed up and genuinely depressed with all this, which is sad if you were to assume that he didn't do it, which I like to take people's word for it. But, you know, he's planning on presenting evidence in a video, he says, if he still plans on doing that, which I'm sure he will. So maybe that will debunk this whole thing, but until then, I really don't know what to think, and I really don't know who to sympathize for or to who to trust, you know, all that. And like I said earlier, you know, it's easy to hate on Dream, but I feel like there's just not enough evidence there to say that he is. But then again, you know, it's incredibly hard to say that when you're talking about such a sensitive topic. I don't want to victim blame or anything like that. So I just, like I said, I genuinely don't know, and I'm not the best person to give my opinion on this. But yeah, the post-credit scene is over. Have a nice day. Even though we just talked about such a such a bummer topic. But anyway, bye bye.